Be careful what you say about yourself and your children. Please stop speaking negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your mind is always listening. Your children are always listening. The words you repeat today can become the life you live tomorrow. People say words are just words. I don't believe that. Words carry directions. Words shape our identity. And I don't know whether you are aware of this. Words influence the decisions we make today or tomorrow. Have you noticed that the word spelling comes from spell? Whether you believe it literally or not, one thing is certain. The words you constantly hear eventually becomes the voice inside your head. Growing up, my parents never called me by ordinary names. No. Sometimes my father would say, Mr. Ajiman. So people used to call me Mr. Emmanuel Ajiman. Other times he would smile and say Dr. Emmanuel Ajiman. There were days my mother would call me by titles I hadn't earned. Like at that time, I wasn't a doctor. I didn't even have a university degree. I hadn't even achieved anything extraordinary, like in a primary school, like then. But those words planted something inside me. They made me believe I was created for something bigger than my circumstances. Today, whenever my mother hears me on radio or sees me on television, or people tell her about the impact of my social media videos, she smiles with pride. And sometimes I wish my late father were still alive to witness what he saw in me many years ago. His words became a compass for my life. But in the same compound house where we lived, there were another family. Their children grew up hearing different words. Instead of encouragement, they heard insults. Instead of hope, they heard rejection. You will never become anything. You are good for nothing. You will never get a decent job. Day after day, week after weeks, year after year, those words became part of their identity. Last Saturday, something happened that broke my heart. I stopped at a popular kinky joint here in Accra because I was hungry. As I parked my car, I saw a heavily built man, like macho man, arguing with someone sitting in front of the food joint. Before I could understand what was happening, he slapped the man so hard that he fell to the ground, and it felt as though I was the one who had received the slap. So I rushed over to stop the fight. Then I looked closely. The man on the ground looked familiar. It was Michael. Yes, my childhood friend Michael. My neighbor Michael. Yes, I remember. The same Michael I grew up with, playing with. I couldn't recognize him. His clothes were dirty. His sandals were worn out. He was drunk, and his beard has grown with a lot of gray hair, like blood was flowing from his nose. The food seller explained to me he comes here drunk almost every day to beg for food. Today we refused and he started causing trouble. He even insulted me. So some people standing by bought sachet water for him to clean himself. Then Michael looked at me quietly and called me by my childhood name, Kojo. That one word nearly broke me. I lost appetite immediately. The hunger disappeared. So all I could do was to buy kinky and fish for Michael. Then I asked him to sit in my car so I could take him home, because I was very, very emotional and very, very sad. The people around couldn't believe it. One man even said, if this is really your friend, then please help him become like you. Those words stayed with me. Like I was like, what is happening? When we got to his house, I met his mother. At first, she couldn't recognize me until I mentioned my mother's name. Oh, Empacho auntie ya banemi o kojonie mina minuane ya ono. She smiled. Behind that smile were tears. She told me Michael's father had died 8 years earlier. Then she held my hand and said something I would never forget. If you ever get any mainstream work, cleaning work, or anything at all, please remember Michael. Michael is your brother. That sentence pierced my heart. I later found out Michael dropped out in JSS 3. He never wrote his BECE exams. He had been to prison twice for stealing and fighting. One of his sisters had passed away. The other one was selling plastic bowls in the market just to survive. As I drove away, I couldn't stop thinking because Michael and I started from almost the same place, almost from the same school. I also completed JSS at Kaneshi Anglican. I couldn't continue to senior high school immediately. I became an apprentice repairing radio and television. If you know Bubuashi very well, behind Bubuashi Datus, that was where I was taken to go through an apprenticeship program. For 15 years, my highest qualification was BECE certificate. I was a school dropout, but one thing kept me going. I never forgot what my parents believed about me. I remember the names they called me. I remember the future they saw in me. Instead of joining bad company, I kept working. I kept learning. I kept believing. I became a school dropout. Many of you will not believe that I've never been to secondary school before, but that's the truth. By 2018, I had earned my first degree. Today, I'm preparing to graduate with my master's degree. Life taught me something. Your beginning does not decide your ending, but the voice you listen can influence the direction you take. Parents out there, please be careful what you call your children. When you constantly tell a child you are useless, don't be surprised if one day they stop believing they can become useful. When you tell a child you will never ever succeed, you may become the first person to bury their confidence. Instead, speak life into your children. Speak life into your children. Call them by the future you want to see them. Encourage them even when they disappoint you. Correct them, but don't destroy them with your words. And if an adult watching me today, maybe nobody ever spoke good words over your life. Maybe all you heard growing up was criticism. Let today be the day you change the conversation. Start speaking differently about yourself. Don't say I'm a failure, but rather say I'm still becoming. Don't say I will never make it, but always say my story is still being written. Remember this: the words spoken over a child today may become the voice that guides them tomorrow. Be careful what you repeatedly call yourself. One day your mind may decide to believe it. Your past is a chapter, not the title of your life. And let me leave you with this one: sometimes the greatest inheritance parents leave for their children is not money, is the belief that they can become somebody in future. Thank you so much. My name is Emmanuel Ajiman. Call me Bra Ima. Please go on my YouTube channel, Bra Ima Studios. You can subscribe to the channel. You leave a comment. If you're on TikTok, Bra Ima. On Facebook, Bra Ima. Make sure you follow me, you like. Thank you so much. Bye bye.